Welcome everybody to another weekly edition of the Coach Corbin Show, hosted by Coach Corbin. This week we have Coach Eric Jenkins joining us. Coach, thank you for joining us. Coach
Nice to be here.
Jenkins coaches outside linebackers and kickers for us and does a fantastic job. Coach, tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of life before Choctaw and life during.
I graduated from Choctaw High School 2008, so born and raised here. Grew up over by I-40 and Choctaw Road. Choctaw's always kind of been my home. Went to University of Oklahoma. When I graduated from there, I was kind of looking around for where I wanted to go for a job. I told myself, I'm not going to go back to my hometown, but the stars kind of aligned that way.
Sure.
And when I came out here, as soon as I kind of stepped foot out here, and I knew I was in the place I was supposed to be. I still kind of feel that way, and it's wonderful to be out here around people that I've kind of grown up around. The community means a lot to me. It's kind of got a special place for me, just growing up around here. So
Yeah, absolutely. Always good to return home.
Mm-hmm.
Always nice to have that background and those roots that run deep. Before we move on further, how much have you seen Choctaw change in your time from being a kid until now, and just kind of take us through a little bit of the progress of the town, the community, the school? Because I know it just continues to flourish.
yeah, it's incredible. Knowing when I came through high school here that we were barely on the cusp of being a 6A program in ball. And going from then and so just in the last 5 or 6 years, we've been growing exponentially population wise. So all of our programs in the last 5 or 6 years seem to have really taken off. Growing up, there's a lot more of a country kind of feel around here. But the wonderful thing about Choctaw now is it's still got that small town country feel that people love. But we've also we're starting to gain some of those amenities. I mean, we got our Arby's now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So get you roast beef.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you a mountain of meat, which we've talked about, previously on the show with Coach Brian. Yeah. So, last week's game, obviously a huge game for you Jackets. Traveled to Enid, took on a tough Plainsman team. What maybe get lost in that game in the box score is the fact that Enid comes in averaging 44 points a game offensively. They're 3-1 at the time we play them. A very stout offense, a good defense, a well-coached team. Obviously, your Yellow Jackets able to get a victory, 37-0, jumped out to a 30-0 lead at halftime, and really never looked back. So obviously, anytime you get a shutout, I'm told the first time since 2005 that Choctaw defense has shut anyone out. So that's been a long time. Anytime we're able to do that, especially against an offense as prolific as we just mentioned. Who are some guys that stood out that you think that played exceptionally well?
Oh, the thing about it's hard to single out one guy.
Sure.
It really is. It's hard to single out one guy. The great thing about that goose egg is it's not one individual that played out of his mind. It was an entire defense running to the ball, tackling as a team, running our scheme, doing everything we're supposed to be doing. Now I will call out a few guys that have been doing really, really well. Tate Gibbs has been just locking stuff down for us out at corner. Makes what we do a lot easier when he's doing what he does so well. Christian Dix has been a presence in the middle for us. Our outside linebackers, Caden Young, Jaron Curry, my guys, had a particularly good game against Enid. We all had a good game, though. Whenever you can get that goose egg, as a defensive coach, it's something to get excited about.
Yeah, absolutely. Some guys stood out again defensively, kind of piggyback on what you said. Angel Ackerman, anytime he has huge interceptions, able to house a great first step on the ball that he's able to close on. And our defensive line, I thought, played outstanding with Enid not being able to establish any kind of run game. Offensively, I thought again, kind of what you mentioned. That offensive line played very well. Running backs played well. We had a touchdown by Tay Gibbs, Ethan Cruz. Receivers, Zane Coleman, Colin Armstrong, a couple big catches. Ray J. Navarro with a huge touchdown right before the half. You guys got a chance to see that. On a hook and ladder, pretty exciting.
Yeah,
and kids are pretty excited about that. And then of course special teams. You have to be solid in all three phases of the game. Special teams, we did a great job on kick coverage, punt coverage. Jacob Dunning drilling a field goal, and all around just really good group effort. And another thing I'd like to mention is you look up in the stands. Enid had a great crowd, but I'm not sure that we didn't bring more 2 hours north than they had on their homecoming, and I appreciated that. And loved the cheerleader sign before the game. Was awesome, and it was just really neat atmosphere. And I know our guys are very grateful to have that kind of support. And we look forward to this week against obviously Midwest City, huge home game for us. They're all big, but we're expecting a big crowd. Should be great weather and great atmosphere at home this Friday. Hope to see everyone there this week. All right, moving on. Okay, we have a new segment from our viewers, and they want to title it "What's Up, My Dudes." So, what's up, my dudes? If someone was going to play you in a movie, who would it be and why?
Oh, I've been told the comedian Nick Swartzen is kind of my doppelganger. So he's kind of comedian, kind of looks a little bit like me, acts a little bit like me, silly dude. So I guess I'd go with Nick Swartzen.
Okay, I've never heard of that person, but what I was told from Coach Edmonds is that it was Red from Angry Birds.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, he's told me that one before too. Yeah. So no, I don't have a temper though. I mean.
What's up, my dudes? Question number 2: True or false? You have bought your dog clothes.
I have not bought my dog clothes. I've had someone give me a shirt to put on my dog. And I did it, but only for like a minute for a picture, and it's never happening again. But no, I've never actually spent money on clothes for my dog. I'm not that guy.
Okay. Again, we talk about viewership, continues to expand every single week. YouTube hits just bing, bing, bing off the charts, as always on the show. So again, keep those emails coming. So we'll turn it over to viewer mail this week. All right. Viewers want to know, obviously your English teacher, give us your favorite book and why.
Favorite book? Oh man, that's asking an English teacher what their favorite book is. There's so many, but I'll go with the Alchemist. I remember reading that my sophomore year of college, and I remember the feeling I had after I read that book is I want to go change the world for like 2 weeks. Everything I did was like based on the energy that book bred up. Paulo Coelho, the author, it writes in a way that it's like every paragraph is a life lesson. So I mean, it's good stuff. So The Alchemist, go read it.
Okay. What would you say to someone like me that doesn't like to read?
Oh, listen to books. In 2017, everybody reads. I mean, you're reading articles, you're reading Twitter,
Sure.
You're reading Facebook. So you're going to be reading. Find something that of some kind of depth to read. And if you really just hate reading, then do like audiobooks or do something to get that literature in.
I agree with that. I'm a big books on tape kind of guy, and enjoy that, being able to listen to them on my phone rather than actually reading. All right, very last question. Okay. This is going to be a tough one. All right, so I'll just warn you. All right, favorite sport, football or soccer?
This is a loaded question. I grew up a football player. I played football my entire life. I didn't play soccer until my senior year of high school. Now, with that being said, after I played my senior year, I went on and played for OU's club team a little bit as a goalkeeper. The way I've described this to people is I love football. Football's my wife, but soccer would be my mistress.
Your dog.
No, but what I mean by that is I have a lot of fun playing soccer, but I'll always be a football guy kind of at heart. That's kind of where I grew up doing football since I was a little kid. So.
Absolutely, well crafted answer. Obviously, both great sports, both great at Choctaw, and we have a lot of crossover, with kids being able to play both here. So, again, this Friday, hope to see everyone. Home game, very exciting. Be electric atmosphere. We have the best home fans in the state. And I truly mean that. We're so grateful to be able to play in that kind of support and in that environment. So 7 o'clock Friday. Hope to see you there, Coach. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week.